What up, folks? I'm back once again doing another video game review, and this time I'm reviewing Donkey Kong Country for Super Nintendo. And Rare was hired to make Donkey Kong Country, of course. This is, and of course, this first game in the Donkey Kong Country franchise, and the plot it revolves around King K. Rool and his gremlins steal a bunch of bananas from Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong and his nephew Diddy Kong goes out and get all of the bananas back. And pretty much Donkey Kong has like three specific modes, which is one player, a two player co-op, and a two-player race. And all three pretty much cover 40 levels in the entire game, which is pretty much makes it a lengthy game. The good thing about it, there's a save feature in Donkey Kong Country, and one thing about it, you'll be on Donkey Kong Island the whole time, and you'll face different types of enemies, from beavers to gators and stuff like that. The levels has a lot of variety in it. And certain sections where you're pretty much swimming to like miner's cave, where you're in this miner's cart, like, and you're able to jump in the carts. Of course, you gotta time your jumps, but it makes it a fun, like, which makes the game fun, especially the minor cart levels. And of course, it has like a variety of bosses through the course of the game. And one thing I like about it is there's different types of bonus levels you can go through, like getting like as many bananas as possible. Then there's the other mini game where you try to match um, three specific like golden animals to claim your prize. If you win, of course, you do claim the prize, which I think is a one up. And if you lose, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong will get mad and show their disgust. The way they do it is pretty funny in my opinion. Like, for example, if Diddy Kong fails the matching game by himself, he'll throw down his head and jump on it in frustration. It's, that part, that aspect of that particular matching game is pretty hilarious. Plus, you all you also have like animal allies like a swordfish and a rhino, like, and you can use them to take out your enemies. Another way you can do it is pretty much pick up a barrel and just straight throw it at the enemies. So one is like a TNT, is one is like a metal one. You can knock them all down in a straight line. Then one thing you can do is pretty much collect bananas, much like you would in the Super Mario Brothers franchise, where once you get collect 100 bananas, you get an extra life. Plus, on each level, you have the opportunity to collect the letters KONG, which of course spell Kong. Get all four letters, you get awarded with an extra life. And now Donkey Kong Country, the plot for it, it's pretty simple, but it was executed very well by Rare when when it like came out. And as far as the level design and graphics, it is very good. One of the reasons because they pretty much used the chip for Donkey Kong Country. This was a first time for them to do this on the Super Nintendo, which pretty much gave Nintendo the heads up over Genesis. But like I said, it was pretty much a good good graphics and level design. Plus the gameplay is pretty good and simplistic, and the genius of the simplicity of the controls, it was because it was well executed, and the soundtrack is also good, and it's just as good as the soundtrack that you find on Legend of Zelda, Super Mario World, Killing Instinct, Super Metroid, and all that. So Donkey Kong Country is one of the best games on the Super Nintendo, and to the point that it's hard to pinpoint which is the best aspect of Donkey Kong Country. It could be the graphics, it could be the gameplay, it could be the soundtrack. Well, and another aspect is the difficulty. And Donkey Kong Country is one of the hardest games released on the on the Super Nintendo. But honestly, it's more challenging than anything else. But it's a good type of challenger. It make you want to make you want to beat a particular level or beat the game as a whole instead of you breaking your controller. So I'm glad it's not like insanely frustrating. And I would say that because of how challenging it is, I can honestly say that I will probably end up beating Super Mario World before I end up beating this game. So far as the score, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. A score that I rarely give for any video game, but for all intent and purposes, why I give it a 10, because it's a straight up classic. With that being said, if you like Donkey Kong Country, or if it's one of your favorite games of all time, you can mention it in the comment section. If you like this video, don't hesitate to thumbs it up, and don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off.